Hi, we have Lesson 1, Fundamentals of Law and the Real Estate Services Act. We're doing Chapter 2 basically on the RESA, the Real Estate Services Act. And we're going to boot along to question 3. And question 3 basically is saying, which of the following is not a real estate service under the Real Estate Services Act? And the answer is, drumroll please, 1. Constructing a commercial office building in Prince George for an owner who lives in BC. Constructing a commercial office building. That would be more of a developer, right? So it's not a real estate service. But the other things are collecting rents, selling a Penticton property, and assisting in the sale of a condo unit. Yeah, those are all real estate service act, but not constructing, okay? Question 19. A developer is selling a development unit of subdivided land situated in British Columbia, and the developer has obtained a written statement from the purchaser acknowledging that the buyer has read the appropriate disclosure statement. Okay, yes, I'm soaking it all in. If the purchaser agreement is then entered into, the buyer should rejoice. And the answer is 2. May serve notice to rescind the contract no later than 7 days from the date of the contract. So basically, there's 7 days. Purchase agreement, is entered into. The developer's given the obtained a written statement saying the buyer has read the disclosure statement, but the buyer can have 7 days to rescind. 7 days to rescind. 7 days to rescind. Yeah, buying the stuff from the developer. Yeah. Okay. After reading the disclosure statement, signing paper, give it to the developer. You got 7 days from then. 7 days to rescind. Questions 35. A brokerage license will not be issued to a corporation. And the answer is 4. Nothing is true. A, B, C, or D. The brokerage license will not be issued to a corporation. All these things are wrong. So why am I even doing this? A, the managing broker's license in both the real estate trading services and rental property management service categories. B, the financial statement accompanying the license application is that of a corporation and not of the managing broker. C, the corporation was incorporated in BC after 1974. D, the managing broker has been employed as a licensee in BC for less than 5 years. So all these things are false, okay? So number 4, none of A, B, C, and D is true. You got that? Yes. So that's about a brokerage license being issued to a corporation. We've got 3 now, and basically 3, the real estate council is made up of, and the answer is, drum roll please, 2, licensed representatives, brokers, and lay members. So the real estate council is made up of licensed representatives, brokers, and lay members. Question 103. Which of the following is not a course of action that the real estate council can take following a disciplinary hearing? The answer is 3. Suspend the license from participation in the multiple listing service, the realtor.ca. So, real estate council cannot suspend somebody from using MLS. Wow, you can't do that. No, but they can reprimand the licensee, order the cancellee of the licensee's license, and order the licensee to enroll in and complete a course of studies or training prescribed by the council. Yes, reprimand, cancel license, order education, but not suspend the licensee from the MLS. Interesting. So we got page 4 happening here. Question 104. To qualify for a managing broker's license in BC, let me see, a person must meet which of the following requirements? The answer is number 2. 2, be of good reputation. So you got to be of good reputation. Question 145. Which of the following is not a power or duty of the real estate council? 145. And the answer is undertaking and carrying, I think it should say, excuse me a second, carrying out, not carrying our. Spelling error. All right, undertaking and carrying out real estate law reform to promote the interests of real estate professionals. That cannot happen. You got that? All right, you can't undertake and carry out real estate law reform. Real Estate Council does not do that, okay? N-O-T, no. So the answer is number 4. The Real Estate Council does, however, levy fees on all licensees in order to meet their expenses, hold disciplinary hearings, and collect premiums and assessments from licensees on behalf of the Real Estate Errors and Omissions Insurance Company, but not law reform. Question 180. A brokerage must maintain at least one account in a bank, trust company, or credit union designated as a trust account, into which the brokerage must put, upon receipt, all monies received for or on behalf of a client. The Real Estate Services Act, RESA, only permits the brokerage to withdraw money from such an account under certain circumstances. Which of the following is not one of them? Wow, tricky question. And the answer is 180. Money required for payment of a brokerage's business fees. So the brokerage cannot touch the trust account, all right, for their own expenses, their business expenses. But they can touch the money to pay in accordance with the instruction of the principal to whose credit the money was deposited, yes, or money intended as remuneration for a licensee and that has been earned in accordance with the rules, yeah, or paid into the trust account by mistake. But you can't touch it for your own, the brokerage's business expenses. Question 5, 218, page 5, question 218. Which of the following is not a qualification for a trading service representative's license in BC? And the answer is 218, drum roll please. 1, must have a minimum of 3 references from currently licensed managing or associate brokers. Wow, they don't need minimum 3 references. But they have to be 19. They must be a good reputation, must have met the educational and experience requirements established by the council rules. All right, so those are the qualifications for the to become a trading services rep for the license, like me. Question 232. A person appointed by a partnership or corporation to represent it for all purposes under the Real Estate Services Act, the RESA, is referred to as a managing broker. So a managing broker is a person appointed by a partnership or corporation to represent it for all purposes under the RESA, Real Estate Services Act. Page 6, question 270. Which of the following are required in order for trading services rep to maintain their license? And the answer is 1, which is A and B. A, the rep must be employed by an active brokerage at all times, and that's why I am shopping around for a good brokerage. And B, the rep cannot act for any brokerage other than the brokerage with whom they are employed. So you got that? You got to be employed in an active brokerage, and you can't go for more than one. So the answer is 1, A and B. That's how you maintain your license. Question 287. Once a licensee has obtained a signed acceptance from Alan of an offer to sell real estate owned by Bob and Carol jointly, the Real Estate Services Act requires the delivery of a copy of the agreement to And the answer is 2, Alan, Bob, and Carol. So if Alan has signed an acceptance of an offer to sell real estate owned by Bob and Carol, then that copy of the agreement must be sent to everybody involved. Bob, Carol, and Alan. You got that? Everybody needs a copy of the agreement. Question 300. To qualify for a managing broker's license, a person must possess which one of the following calificaciones? And the answer is 3. You must be at least 19 years old. That's what you need to be. You need to be at least 19 years old. For a managing broker's license, well, I think it's got to be more than 19 because you need to get your license first, right? Oh, yeah. Anyways, whatever, it's 19 years old. That's the answer for question 300. Question 300, answer is 3. Be at least 19. 7. Question 302. It is a violation of the Real Estate Council's rules to promise to acquire or sell or otherwise dispose of any real estate offered for sale by the brokerage or representative unless what? Unless 2, a signed statement setting forth the details of the promise is given to the person to whom the promise is made, when the promise is made. So basically, you got to have that signed statement. All right, you make a promise, you're going to sell, you need a signed statement. That's 302. 349 says the purpose of the Real Estate Developing Marketing Act, the REDMA, is to protect the public by requiring developers to, number 4, all of the above are purposes of the REDMA. And what is all of the above for number 4? 1, meet any preliminary requirements or approvals applicable to the type of property being marketed. So basically, you got to get the city of Surrey to give you all your green lights, all your approvals. Number 2, assure the buyer's title upon purchase. So basically, you got to give a title, purchase title to the buyer. And 3, prepare and file a disclosure statement in the form required. You need to have a disclosure statement. So all of the above. 365. A developer of land not located in a municipality filed the necessary disclosure statements with the Office of the BC Superintendent of Real Estate with respect to his 20-lot subdivision. Yes. Okay. Which of the following statements are true? Okay, and number 1, because the bank is selling more than 50 lots, it should file a disclosure statement with the superintendent's office. Wait a second here. The developer of land not located in a municipality filed the necessary disclosure statement with the Office of the BC Superintendent of Real Estate with respect to his 20-lot subdivision. After foreclosure proceedings, oh yeah, I forgot this, the developer's bank became the owner of the subdivision because the developer went under. The bank wishes to sell the lots on an individual basis. Which of the following statements is true? And the answer is 1, because the bank's selling more than 5 lots, yeah, it's actually 20 lots, it should file a disclosure statement with the superintendent's office. Okay, so if you do 5+ lots, you have to file a disclosure statement. Disclosure statement is very important. Even a bank has to do it, just like the land developer had to do. Question 379. The relationship between a brokerage and its related licensees is recognized and reinforced by certain provisions in the Real Estate Services Act. According to that act, number 1, when a licensee advertises real estate on behalf of a client, the brokerage's name must be displayed in a prominent way. Okay, so when you advertise, you gotta have the brokerage's name on there. You got that? You need that. That's according to the RESA. Question 390. Under sections 37 and 35 of the RESA, the Real Estate Council is empowered to investigate all but one of the following. the color of the licensee's underwear. No. Select the activity the council is not empowered to investigate. And the answer for 390 is 2. Excessive sales commissions rates. So the council cannot check out excessive sales commissions rates. No. Okay, got that? Council has no business touching the excessive sales commission rates. But they could investigate wrongful taking or deceptive dealing, all right? Fraud, basically. Breaches of the act, and incompetence as a licensee. So they can look into all those things, but not excessive sales commission rates. And page 9, we have question 403. Where a licensee intends to purchase property, which of the following details must he or she disclose to the seller? And the answer is 4. All of the above information must be disclosed. So what is all of the above? Well, we got number 1, the fact that they hold a real estate license. 2, any details that have been arranged for the resale of the property. And 3, the fact that they will be sharing in the commission. So they got to reveal all this stuff. If a licensee wants to buy property, all of the above. Number 4. 411, which statute requires that a brokerage keep at least one trust account in a savings institution in BC? And the answer is 1, the Real Estate Services Act. The RESA, it requires that a brokerage keep at least one trust account at a bank or credit union, whatever. 437, the Real Estate Council is not responsible for which of the following? 437, and the answer is 3, enforcing the provisions of the Code of Ethics. Okay, Real Estate Council does not bother enforcing the provisions of the Code of Ethics. You got that? Somebody else's job. Okay. But they are responsible for 1, holding hearings to investigate the conduct of licensees, 2, making bylaws that establish the information required on a license application, or 4, providing educational programs. So they got to hold hearings, make bylaws, do education, but not enforce the provisions of the Code of Ethics. And then we have 10 happening here, which is 465, where a seller sells a unit of subdivided land in BC and the subdivision is a development property. The answer is 3. The buyer has the right to rescind the purchase agreement at any time by providing appropriate notice if the seller has not provided disclosure statement to the buyer. So basically, you want to buy a subdivision, you can rescind any time. But once the developer or the seller gives you a disclosure statement, as far as I know, you've got 7 days, right? Right, so you can rescind it if you don't have the disclosure statement. That's 3. Question 476. In addition to carrying out the functions of a trading services rep, a validly licensed representative is entitled to 4. Do none of the above. And what is this none? You cannot carry out trading services for an unlicensed real estate brokerage. No. The real estate brokerage you work for has got to be licensed. And to be the managing broker of their own proprietorship, you can't do that. Be the managing broker of your own proprietorship. And 3, carry out trading services for close personal friends and business associates, although not employed by the brokerage. By a brokerage. So no, you got to be part of a brokerage. So the answer is 4, do none of the above. Question 485. The Code of Ethics and Standards of Business Practice is 3. A set of professional rules of conduct which must be adopted as the minimum standard by real estate boards. It's a set of professional rules of conduct which must be adopted as the minimum standard of real estate boards. So that's the Code of Ethics and Standards of Business Practice. And you know what? I just want to tell you, I just want to say I love you. Before I go on to nothingness, I want to say who enforces the code of basically the code of who enforces the code. All right? And that is my biggest question right now. Who enforces the code? So wait, I'm fading away. And I don't have my book here. Oh, my book's right here. So basically, I gotta wash my bowls before I go here. Okay. I want you to just take a look here at chapter 1, fundamental law. Sorry guys, I just want to give you a little boredom here. So, basically the code of ethics. Just want to see this code of ethics. Where the frick is the code of ethics? Okay, just want to see it here. I want to find out. Okay, you can be bored. You can no, don't sleep if you're driving. Code of ethics. CREA 9.3. Okay. So we got 9.3 happening here. Yes, they call it the code of ethics is the realtor code of the Canadian Real Estate Association. Okay. So they got this really awesome code here. But I want to know who holds the people responsible. Okay, as far as I know, okay, it says here on page 916, disciplinary hearings before real estate board, introduction, professional standards and discipline committees. The Realtor Code, which every Canadian real estate board is bound to adopt and enforce, and which every CREA member is required to observe, provides a means of disciplining members who breach their ethical and legal obligations. A disciplinary committee, sometimes called a business practices committee, is elected by fellow board members or selected by an elected discipline committee chairperson. Yes. So basically, I think it's from a real estate board. So basically, if I'm part of the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board, as far as I know, they are the ones who hold me accountable for the Realtor Code. All right. Now that I got that solved, I can